And welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday morning to Rogue Actions Part 2. If you guys are unfamiliar with the channel here and what we do here, guys, we are doing Part 2. Part 1 of Rogue Actions can be found over on Rambam's channel, guys. Check out the link for that down below. I pushed the wrong button again, Ram. Shocking. While I'm pushing the wrong button, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn on notifications as well. Now, more accurately, make sure you guys check out the link down below in the video description. There we go. Okay, now we're off and running. Now we got all the errors out of the way. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the Lightspeed bundles that were just announced here from CG, as well as some new bundles, we'll call them for now. We'll get into that in a second here, for Ahsoka and how that's going to affect the Ahsoka chase, both now and GL chases or legendary chases for that matter in the future. It's going to be an interesting discussion here. So, Ram, with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it, man. We're going to be checking out the Lightspeed bundles with one of my favorite segments. We haven't done one of this in a while here. Making the grade.
Making the grade.
All right. I hope that worked.
It did. I saw it. I saw it on my screen.
Wonderful. Beautiful. All right. So for making the grade, guys, basically we're going to be checking out all of these bundles, briefly going over it and kind of showing you guys what's in there, and then giving it a grade from anywhere from A to F. Based on how good we think it is or how worthwhile we think it is. We're going to go kind of from price of highest to lowest here. So we're going to start things off with the Aphra pack, guys. I will give you a little spoiler alert. I did spend money on this. I did purchase it. So that might be a slight indication as to my opinion on it. But it does include Relic 5 levels of all 4 of the requirements to unlock Aphra. And the price point on this is roughly $50 American. Ram, for me, I actually wasn't going to get this at first. But one of the things they've changed with this, and I want to highlight this, is that it unlocks these characters not only at Relic 5, but also it gives the abilities up to, so it doesn't specify this in this, but in the some of the other stuff that we see, it specifies up to ability level 7, which can include Zetas at times. And in this instance, it included some of the Zetas that you may not have had. I actually wasn't going to get this because I'm Zeta poor. I still am Zeta poor. Like I brought Aphra up to Relic 7, but I don't have the Zetas to put on her. But when I found out that some of the Zetas were included with this, I was like, you know what? That changes my opinion on this. So I was okay with it. For me, I'd probably say B plus, maybe somewhere in that range. What do you think, Ram? What grade would you give this?
I'm surprised you went that low.
I don't think it's a must buy. If it was here, so I was hoping for a $25 price point. If it was 25 bucks, that's A plus. 50 I thought was a little pricey. Even 30 I would have gone A, but 50 is a lot for 4 characters.
So it's 4 characters, but essentially it's 5 because it gives you all the requirements to Aphra.
It's not giving you all of the stuff you need for her. It's not giving you Aphra, but it's giving you. Yeah.
No, it's not giving you her, but it's giving you the requirements to unlock her.
Yeah, it's still 4 characters. It doesn't guarantee you're getting Aphra to be usable at all.
It's 4 characters. But you look at the impact of those characters, right? You don't understand this.
Do we need to get Sweens in here to teach us how to do math?
You don't understand this because you don't have Aphra. It's okay. Well, now you do.
I do have it now. Yeah.
But you didn't for a long time.
Correct.
3 of these characters, or 2 of these characters rather, and I'm including Aphra. So because by doing this, you're going to get Aphra. So I'm going to say 3 out of 5 of these characters are used to take out Jabba teams. Which how many times do you see on defense?
All the time, yeah.
Right. These are a normal, pretty consistent counter. It depends on datacrons, obviously, as everything else does. But a lot of times, under normal circumstances, Aphra with BT1, 000, and 2 other droids, HK, IG-88, IG-11, IG-10, take your pick, can take out Jabba teams with relative ease. Even though the price point is high, and I do admit that, I'm struggling to go anywhere less than A minus.
Really?
It's super valuable. You have Hondo who can take out Malgus teams. Hondo takes out Malgus teams with relative ease, depending on Datacrons. We're just going to ignore Datacrons because those are always going to fluctuate. Hondo can take out Malgus teams, which is huge. Sana is really the only weak link in this team, and she has uses, she can do things, but realistically, the other three can take out these massive teams that a lot of players see on defense all the time in GAC, in TW, whatever. I feel like it's a really good buy if you don't have it and you have the money to spend. Obviously, lower price point is better, sure, but if you're gonna spend $50, this is a good spot to do it in. I
get it. We're not far off. A- and B+, so it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I think it's probably, maybe it's just my not realizing the full potential of the team yet. Like I know it's like a Star Killer equivalent, and I would make a Star Killer like for $50. I'd say it's an A+ pass, because I have so much value in Star Killer. So maybe once I've had her a little bit, that might change my opinion. But yeah, we're at least pretty close on that matter. So
yeah, you slap some Amis on her, she'll take out Jabba with relative ease, and like I said, Hondo with his Ami, nasty.
Speaking of Jabba is the next one that we're looking at here, guys. And this is one I did not get, mostly because for me, I have a lot of this stuff already. So you get Crescent, you get a bunch of the requirements and or some that are used. No, these are all Rex. Yeah, these are all Rex. Yes. At Relic 5, not all of them are required at Relic 5 is the difference here. But they all go to Relic 5. Same idea as what we talked about before. So this one, you can actually see the specification that the ability tier 7 is unlocked. So again, I'm assuming this is a thing moving forward. It's going to be ability tier 7. This is $25 roughly American. Obviously, Ram, like I said, I don't have this because, or I'm not getting this because I already have Jabba and all the Rex. So for me, it would be just Mob Enforcer and Gamu that would be improving. But this is an incredible deal in my opinion. Like if you don't have Jabba, this is an absolute must purchase in my opinion. For me, this is easily A+. What are you thinking?
I'm seeing a trend here where you're ranking things differently than I am, and I don't think we're on the same page here. Because I wouldn't actually go that high, and the reason why is $25 is a good price point, but the difference is this is not getting you characters. It's getting you the characters that are needed to unlock Jabba, but there's also other requirements as well for Jabba. These are not all the requirements. I think if it was all the requirements, maybe even a little bit higher price point, I'd be all in for it. But and to be fair, I have Jabba. I've had Jabbas for a while, but I think it really just kind of depends on where you're at in the farming requirements specifically for Jabba. If you don't have Bausch, if you don't have Leia, if you don't, or Chrysanthemum, if you don't have Skiffguard Lando, then maybe it's a good buy just simply because it's going to save you the time and effort to get those up. But I almost feel like, and we're going to get to it here in a second, with Jabba, you're having to buy not only this pack, but you also have to buy another pack in order to get a lot closer to be able to unlock them. So I don't like the fact that they kind of split it up and they're essentially just grabbing as much money out of you as they can. So
that's a very good point.
With this one, depending on where you're at in the farming, I'd say B+ at most. Depending on where you're at in the farming.
You raised some very good points on that. I was thinking along the lines of, this immediately gives you Jabba, mostly because it includes the newest characters.
Right.
And for anyone that's a long-time Legacy player, you're not going to need those characters, most likely. You might need to invest some Relic levels on them, but that's a good point. Okay, I'm gonna tweak mine just a hair. I'm gonna go to A-. You convinced me. All right, next up, Scoundrel. Speaking of one of the requirements for this, so Outrider is a requirement for Jabba, and the Scoundrel pack gives us a lot of this stuff, a lot of these things that really help out towards this chase. So this is something, again, I personally am not going after because of the fact that I have most of this stuff. I might be a little tempted to go for this just because of the fact that Kira is in this. And I don't have Kira, I just have her, like, I think year 12. But I have all of the others in this, including the ships. Again, like I said, guys, the Outriders included in the ships part of this. And the price point is around $20 US. For me, $20 just to take Kira up to Relic 5 is probably not worthwhile for me. But if you don't have any of these things, including Outrider, this is not bad. Dash is a solid character, especially with that team, the whole prepared team. Nest is obviously pretty good. At the late game, yes, they're not near as good, but if you're mid game, this is a very good team. I don't think it's in the A territory though. I will say that. I would say this is probably a B plus in my realm. If this was $10, yeah, give me the A.
Okay. All right. So keeping with the trend here.
Am I being too nice on everything?
I'm gonna say this is A plus.
Oh wow!
In my mind.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm gonna go. This is a almost must buy if you don't have this players or these characters. And here's why. Number one, Outrider is required for Jabba. That makes perfect sense. But it's also crucial under any Admiral Akbar team in Home One Fleet or Profundity, which ultimately players are going to want to get, and they'll probably do, if they haven't already, do a Lightspeed bundle for Profundity anyways. So
it's true.
That's a crucial piece. So that's beneficial right there. But let's look at the characters. Nest, maybe not so much now, but in early game stages, she's able to take out and solo with full banners a lot of teams. Vandor and Dash. Dash has so many uses. GAC with his army with Vandor constantly reviving. It is an underrated team. In Conquest, Dash kills. He allows you to do so many things in Conquest, and he helps you red box pretty easily because of that massive AoE, the unresistible debuffs that he has, all that stuff. To me, this is a no-brainer. If you're gonna spend money and you don't have these characters, snap it up. Man, A plus. Jeez, you're being so nice. This is like tier rankings. Everything's S tier. Man, that's crazy to me. I don't know if I'd go A plus. I can see A. And again, A and B plus would be relatively close. But man, whew. All right. The one I'm looking forward to the most, Tuskens. So I'm going to flip the script here, Ram. I am going to let you go first, and then I'm going to correct every mistake that you make because there's probably going to be a lot of them. So Ram, Tuskens. Why is it amazing, and why should everyone get the Tusken pack? I don't even know what Tuskens do. Okay, there's a little old school call out for me. I mean, they're a good team, I guess. I put them on defense if I need to, and I let other people figure them out because I still don't know what they do. And I tried reading the kit; they make no sense. Other than being a requirement for Jabba, you don't need anything. Contrary to the Dash pack, which was like, these characters have uses in fleets, these characters have uses in Conquest, these characters have uses in GAC. These characters only had uses in the crate raid, which nobody's doing anymore. So, like a C minus buy unless you're going for Jabba. Wow. If you're going for Jabba, all right. So let me preface: if you're going for Jabba, this is a must buy. This takes it up to a B plus, I'd say, because these are all requirements. These are all requirements. C minus. That's what we're putting down. Yeah. C minus. If you don't care about Jabba, C minus. This is not a good buy. That's jeez. Yeah, you're showing your bias here. So it's all Relic 5. It's $15. Again, it includes a lot of the abilities and things like that. This is a great defensive team. Like, so anyone that is trying to catch up in game, usually the problem you run into is you might have off-meta counters, and maybe you save your GLs for offense, and you have to, basically you do what I have to do, where you have to play offensively, and you have no good defensive teams. You just got to throw stuff in there and hope they can maybe steal some banners. This is an immediate great defensive team to put in 5v5 or 3v3 for that matter. If you've got Scion, you got yourself 2 defensive teams.
for $15. Like, this is an incredible deal. Like, of all of the packs that came out, this is the one that I think is without a doubt the best and an absolute must buy. Yeah. This is an A+ all day, every day. I think this is easily the best bundle in all of these packs. Absolutely top tier, top tier. It's canon. A+, guys. Don't listen to Ram.
I hate Tuskens. I hate them with a passion.
Do you have Tuskens in your roster?
Oh yeah.
You do?
Well,
okay.
because I have Jabba.
Yeah. Well, so but I only had one of them, and I have Jabba. Do you have others beyond just the one requirement?
Yeah. No, they're all at Relic 5.
Okay, so you do have them.
I just don't know what they do, and so they sit in a trash bin in my roster.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe if you got the pack, then you'd know what they do, but I guess not.
I don't know what they do, and I read the kits.
They're like the Inquisitors for me, where I refused to read the kit during the entire event, and it took 4 hours to unlock Great Inquisitor because I refused to read the kits. Got it.
And we're all screaming at you in chat.
Yeah. Well, Tim hated me so much that day.
Just use this ability. I don't know what this ability does.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next pack, guys. Jawas. So again, Jawa, we're still sticking kind of with the lower expense packs here. Jawas were one that I actually was not going to get at first. And then I kind of was convinced by other people that it's something that I should look into and invest in. Let me go ahead and bring this up on the screen so you guys can see it. So it is, again, all 5 Jawas, only Relic 3, not Relic 5. This is one where we see a big change in the Relic levels here. And it is only $10. It is fairly cheap, but for me, and I think probably a lot of late game players, you have some Jawas at Relics already because they're requirements for other GLs. Or you probably have them at Gear 11 or Gear 12 because they are not a Cairo expense. So taking them to Gear 12 is super duper easy to do. Mine were either at Gear 12, 11, or I had like one at Relic levels because of a GL requirement. So for me, and Kairos are not a massive expense for me. I'd say this is a C for anyone that's in my situation where you're late game, you're bringing in a lot of Kairos, they're already at Gear 11 or 12. I got it because people convinced me to. Like, they were like, just the Kairos themselves to take them from Gear 12 to Relics is worth $10, which is why I ended up finally saying okay. But even then, I still don't think that's a great buy by any means. You might be able to convince me to go like C+ on this, but I think it's a C. There's really not a reason to get this, in my opinion, unless you are a collector and you love Jawas, and you want to yell Utini as you use them, that kind of thing. Ram, what are you thinking on this one? What is your rating, sir, or grade, I should say?
So, how many times do you see Mon Mothma on defense?
Never.
Or, okay, take yourself out of, you're in the 10 mil range. Put yourself at like 7-8 mil GAC roster, right? How many times do you see Mon Mothma on defense?
I would see them every now and then. So that was about like when I first started streaming. I might see them here or there, but it was pretty rare, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And even then, the banners aren't usually great. So it would be like I would prefer to use Traya if I was at that level of the game now. And this would be like a fallback option for me if I had used Traya somewhere else, or if something failed against a Mon Mothma or a Geos, then this might be a backup for me. But even at 7 or 8 mil, that was still fairly rare to see them on defense. They're an offensive team.
So maybe we just played different opponents, because I saw Mon Mothma almost every GAC, especially after Kyle Katarn came out. I was seeing Mon Mothma all over the place, and yeah, obviously Trey is the more advantageous thing,
right?
But Trey is taking out so much other stuff. I needed a counter that could reliably take out Mon Mothma, and maybe a little bit less banners, but I can recover banners elsewhere. And Jawas, for me, after talking with shout out to Mal Pills, after talking with him, Jawas can knock it out. Again, not the most amazing banners, but if the Utinis work and the thermals just go boom, the whole team it's so satisfying. Even if it's just so satisfying just watching them all take a turn and go boom, 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 boom. It's like watching the Mandalorian shoot Jawas with his disintegrator rifle. Just satisfying.
I'll give you that. If I almost wish there was like a TB battle where you were facing like an all Geo team or an all Mon Mothma team, just so you had a reason that you could use this team. Like, that would be so much fun. Obviously, Relic 3 wouldn't work, but it would be that. Like, if it was a special mission on the first level and this was a Relic 5 pass, that would change my tune. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's if you're anywhere above 7 mil, this is probably not something you're going to use a lot. But again, it is $10. It's not crazy expensive.
So for me, I'm gonna say B+, and the reason why is just because it's a good team. A lot of these packs are going to be characters that a lot of late game players are already going to have, so it doesn't apply to us. But if you're a early to mid game player, this gives you a solid team to be able to take out a few teams that attack out a turn consistently. This gives you a team to be able to take them out pretty consistently. You're gonna have to mod them, obviously, and I would recommend probably Relic 5, maybe Relic 7. So it's a little bit of investment. If your guild is also doing crate raid, this gives you a team for crate raid. And for $10, you're saving a lot of Kairos, you're saving a lot of ability mats, you're saving a lot of time. Having a lot of these characters they're all accelerated farm, and a lot of them are in stores. But this saves you a lot of time and currency for it. To me, it's if you're gonna throw away $10, this is a solid buy for it.
That's not a bad point. I could maybe be convinced to go B. I think B+ is a little high, but yeah, I think anywhere in the C. All right, I'll change to C+. You convinced me. I'll make it a C+. I think anywhere in that C+ to B- range is probably good. I think B+ is a little high, but okay, I'm okay with it. Which brings us to our...
A+ for Tuskens is a little high, but
no,
okay.
Absolutely not. Brings us to, this is why it's mine and not yours, because I can make the ratings when I want to. It's like a tier ranking. The last one, the Princess Bundle. For this one, this is a very, very niche one. You either need this and are going to use it, or you don't and you're not. It is Princess Nisa plus Princess Leia. Both at Relic 5. Again, same idea. Gives you, I'm assuming it gives you up to ability level 7. Again, this one doesn't specify that, but I'm assuming that's kind of the thing moving forward. And this is $10. To me, this is just not that worth it. I get that if you're a brand new player and you missed out on when Leia came out, this is maybe something that's important to you. But I didn't even go for Leia, and I already have Nisa at like gear 11. Like, the $10 is probably not worth the Relic 5 for me. But because this might be a good investment for an early game player that's trying to whale out on Leia, I'll go with a C+ again, kind of like what I did with the Jawas. I think this is something that's a niche thing that has some value for niche character or niche players. But majority of the player base, majority of us are definitely gonna not want this. So I'm going C+. How about you, Ram?
I'm actually gonna kind of follow along with you there. I was gonna put this at a C, just because, like you said, it's very niche. If you're going after Leia, or you plan on going after Leia, this is a good buy. It's $10, $5 a character. Take them up to Relic 5. You know, obviously, I think both of those are actually required at Relic 7 for Leia, anyways. So there's a little bit more of an investment you would need.
Yeah, I believe so.
But that's still getting you a lot further than where you're at. But it really just kind of depends on the time frame that you're going after Leia. If these are the only two things that you're left working on for Leia, then yeah, sure, because this will help, speed up your farm for Leia. If you've got a whole bunch of other stuff that you're working on, I don't really see the ultimate point of this, because I think No, Leia is, and she's pretty easy to get in the Squad Arena store. But I think Nisa's also accelerated farm at this point.
Is. Yeah,
so
she's accelerated too.
So that's a pretty easy farm for her. If you got $10 and you wanna toss it on this, and this will help your Leia farm, go for it. But I think it's just gonna serve a very, very small portion of the player base. So I don't really see too much value in it.
Yeah. If it was $5, I'd probably get it just to bring up my Nisa to Relic 5. But that's it. It's a very, I think, niche level. So it's mid. You said C?
C.
Okay.
C. So yeah, we're actually close on one.
Yeah, we're pretty close on. I mean, so if we look at this overall, we're pretty close on a lot of them. A-, B+, that's pretty close. B+, A-, again, very close. A+, B+, there's a little separation there on that one, I think because of the ship primarily. We'll come back to that one. B+, C+, again, a little bit of separation there. And C+. It really is just the Tuskens. Other than the Tuskens, we're kind of in the same ballpark, so... But there you go, guys. There is our grading of those Lightspeed bundles that are coming out, guys. Let us know in the comments down below, folks. Do you think we were way off? Do you think Ram has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to Tuskens? And why that is absolutely true? Let us know in the comments down below. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say on this. All right.
I can't wait for an Inquisitor bundle to come out.
No.
And so the role gets reversed and you like rank it as a complete F, and I'm like, no, this is A+.
No, absolutely not. That's my worst nightmares if they bring something like that out. All right.
Why? Because the guild's going to buy it for you?
Next up, we're going to kind of continue the bundle discussion here, guys. The difference with this next one, we're not really going to be grading it per se. We're going to be talking more about the impact this is going to have moving forward on legendaries, epic confrontations, GLs, things like that, because this is a very unique situation, and that is the Ahsoka bundle. Specifically, we're talking about the bundle that came out for Enoch and for Night Trooper. They're calling it a Galactic Rush bundle, so it's not a Lightspeed bundle per se.
We're still looking at making the grade, by the way.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Give me a sec. I gotta push a lot of buttons. So this is a Rush bundle. There are two of them, and I wouldn't be shocked if there's a third one. We'll talk about that in a second. So what this is in this case, we've got Night Trooper coming out at Relic 1. You get him for $64 American, $61.74 if you're on the web store. And again, this is abilities to level 7. So I can't confirm whether that would include Zetas or not. I'd have to look at that specifically. And then the other one, Rush number 2, is Enoch. Same idea, give you all 7 stars of him, taking him all the way to Relic 1. And again, same price point on this. First of all, Ram, let's talk about the inherent value of this. We're not going to necessarily give this a grade, but more along the lines of, do you think this is a good value or not a good value compared to if you were either A, free to playing this completely, or B, whaling in particular? What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's a little bit too late at this point coming out. And the reason why I say that is because it is a good buy. I think if they had brought it out 2 weeks to a month prior, a lot more people would snatch it up. But me personally, because we don't know exactly, do we know when it's coming out? Did they say when it's coming out specifically?
What, Ahsoka?
No, this pack.
I don't know if it's in the game.
Because it's just in the data mines, right? We don't know for sure when it's coming out.
I believe so. Let me double check. I don't think it's in the store yet. No, I don't see it in the store.
Oh, it's definitely not in the store.
Well, no, it might be in the store, but I won't know because mine are at Relic 7. I won't see it.
No, it's not in the store. I don't see it.
Okay.
It doesn't say. Yeah, I don't see anything that says when it's coming out. So my only thing is I already have my Enoch, and I've been slow farming them, but my Enoch is at like 18 out of 100 at this point.
Yep.
So to me, not a good buy because I'm already, by the time that this bundle even comes out, I might be, if not already at 7 stars, close to 7 stars.
Right.
and I've got the Kairos. Kairos are not really much of an issue with me, so I don't have any problem taking them up to Relic 1 anyway. So had this been a couple weeks earlier or a month earlier, I'd have snatched it up.
Yep.
100%. Because that saves me how long of a farm. Also, the gear and the relics, which, like I said, aren't an issue, but if it's going to save me the time, that's what I'm paying for, is the time. If you're someone who is trying to farm Ahsoka, this is not a bad buy, depending on where your Enoch is.
Right. Yeah, if you didn't do either of these characters at all, and you're just doing the Spectre faction, this is I would say it's a very good buy. I know it is expensive, but it's gonna fast track you incredibly fast. And compared to the whaling price of these, so the whaling price is roughly $150 per character if you're doing the marquee event, and that's if you're doing kind of the efficient version of it. And that does not give you any of the gear level and stuff. So this is immediately already more than 50% off compared to what the whaling price is. Of course, you lose out on a specific datacron or the datacron sets to come out for them, but I think for most of the player base, that's probably not a huge issue. If they're whaling super hard on this, they don't care if it's saving them that amount of money. They're going to spend it no matter what. But if you are somebody that is soft whaling, for instance, like you spent, maybe $75 to get them to 6 stars by the end of the marquee event, then I think waiting on this is a great idea. I think it's a very good idea to do this. The problem is, we don't know if this is going to be a thing moving forward, because this is the first time this has ever happened. We don't know if Death Trooper Peridia is coming out or not. I'm assuming he will. Probably, I would expect this week, although you would think we would see the data mine for it at this point if it was happening. But I think this will change the way people whale, or even soft whale or dolphin whale, if they know that this is something that's going to happen in the future for GLs or legendaries or things like that. If they're going to come out with a pack at the end of the episode, end of the era. Yeah, at the end of the era for the early episode characters, I'm not going to spend $150. I'm going to wait. So I'm intrigued to see if this is something that's going to continue moving forward. Ram, is this something you would like to see continue moving forward, or do you think this is it shouldn't continue?
No, I think it's good. I think it's good to continue. I'd like to see it continue, but I mean, like, for instance, had they done this for the Balin Skull characters,
yep,
snatch it up, because those are, Merrick and Shin Hati are slow farms. I'm working on them. But yeah, I think it's good. And I think it will change the way people are going to look at it, because if this becomes more of a guarantee or more of a normal thing for CG to do, outside of datacrons or perks in GAC or instantly getting the whatever character it is, why spend $150, $200 when you can spend, what is it, $65 to get the same thing?
Yeah, I am not mad about this. I think this is good across the board. I'm sure there will be some very differing opinions on this one because of the unique situation of this. I'm willing to bet that whales are not happy about it. The fact that they spent so much more money, and now you can get those characters for a much cheaper amount relatively soon after they were released. If this came out 6 months after release, I'd be a little bit, as a whale, I'd be a little less like, oh man. But this is only like 3 months after this came out. I'd be a little bit irritated if I was a whale. Yep. But again, if you know this is going to be a regular thing in the future, then you've got no reason to complain. You're making that choice actively. But yeah, let us know in the comments, guys, if this is something that you think is a good deal, bad deal, and more importantly, I think, is this something you'd like to see moving forward? Early episode marquee characters getting rush passes like this towards the legendary or whatever the special character unlock at the end of an era is. I'd be intrigued to see what people's thoughts are on that. All right, which moves us into, last but not least, guys, our Master of Memes for the day. For those of you guys that don't know how Master of Memes works, we do memes over on our Discord channel / Twitch, and then we shout them out here and show them to you guys on YouTube as well. So with that being said, let me go ahead and switch. Oh, no. Settle down. Let me go ahead and switch screens so you guys can see this. And it'll probably show the wrong thing. Oh, nope, I think it's right. I think it worked, Ram. How did I manage to do all this stuff with only one mistake at the beginning? I just pushed the wrong button and that was it. It's a miracle.
You're a professional.
No, there. I shouldn't have said anything. That's what I get. That's what I get. I shouldn't have. I spoke too soon.
Resizing.
Yeah. Pausing. Pause.
There's a sizing issue.
Pause. Okay, there we go. All right, so Master of Memes for today, guys. I almost want to say this in a German accent. Who wants to hear a symphony? I said, who wants to hear a symphony? I can't hear you. That almost was my Jabba impersonation. Versus, oh. You know what, Ram? Can you say the Joey line? Can you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to be great. Okay, ready? Oh.
Oh.
Me.
Cron.
Omicron.
Omnicron.
God. Notice the M at the end, too. Omicron. I missed it the first time.
So did I.
So, these are both really good, to be clear. They're both really good. For me, without a doubt, it's the Beethoven one. For those of you guys that don't get the reference, the I can't hear you, that is Beethoven, and he's deaf. That's why he can't hear them. So, that's my winner without a doubt. Ram, which one do you like better? I think I know the answer.
Why did you even guess? You already know. Joey speaks to me on a personal level.
It does.
With this one.
I can't. It's like the Ahsoka. It's the same thing. It's like when people misspell Ahsoka. Thank God in my side of the videos that Ahsoka is given the respect she deserves, guys.
I was gonna say, have you noticed that I keep misspelling?
I noticed it this time. I just didn't say anything. I missed it the first one. I did notice.
I think it's been like 3 videos in a row now.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about Ahsoka, I put Ashoka.
Guys, the winner for today is unfortunately Omicron. I can't even say it the wrong way. Omicron with the win. Which means our winner for this week is none other than Russ Cooks himself. This guy is so freaking good at memes. It's unbelievable. He is a monster when it comes to memes, guys. If you like today's meme, guys, let us know in the comments down below. More importantly, if you think you've got a meme that is better and can upset Russ Cooks, then head over to the Discord, guys, and put your meme over in the Master of Memes channel. We will add it to the docket. We do the vote on Twitch on Friday nights, guys, and then we premiere it here on YouTube on Rogue Actions. So, fun all around.
I think this meme would have been a lot better had it been Omnicron.
Yeah, I don't hear people say Omnicron. I hear Omnicron.
No, but I definitely say Omnicron.
Yeah.
I say that one all the time. That's when I initially voted for this. I was like, Omnicron. That's something I always say. And then I saw the M and I was like, oh damn.
The other thing that throws me, so like I said me because as a music teacher, me is a thing. It's an actual real term that we use. But when I pronounce the entire word, it's Omicron, not Omicron. And there are so many people that say Omicron, and it drives me crazy that they say that. Anyway, so
I think I say Omicron.
I think you do. Guys, let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Rogue Actions today. We had a lot of good stuff, a lot of good things to talk about. Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say on all of the topics that we discussed, both here and over on Ram's channel as well, guys, obviously. Again, if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do so ASAP, guys. Now I'm pushing the right button. Last but not least, make sure you guys like and subscribe so you don't miss anything moving forward, guys. Ram, any final parting words before we head on out?
I don't know what Tuskens do.
Yeah, that's very accurate. It's better than you saying Omnicron again, so...